How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Training Camp Podcast, episode number 6. We are joined by a guest who we've already actually had on the show before. You guys want to welcome my boy, JP. Welcome back to the show, dude. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. So, this is the time of the year where basketball starts to wind down and we start talking about football. But we have the championship for the NBA coming up soon in a couple weeks. So, on the slate for today's episode, we will be talking about the upcoming Lakers game, which is tonight. It'll be yesterday for when you guys are watching this. Our reaction to Game 5 of Boston and Miami, which Eastern Conference team can give the Lakers the most troubles. The Patriots, whether they're real or if it's just all a ruse. Talking about Dallas, because of course we are. When do we not? Ravens Chiefs, Monday Night Football. Our 2-0 teams versus our 0-2 teams, as well as our wallet winners for the upcoming week. JP actually brought his own wallet winner too, so we'll get to hear from him as well. But first segment we're going to hop into is, of course, we got the Lakers game tonight against Denver. Game 5. Lakers up 3-1. What do you got?
They closing?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, I think they'll close it. This Braun's not Kawhi, so there's no. I think 80 twists his ankle a bit, so maybe I don't know if that he's playing, but I don't know if he's like a little injured or they'll put him on a minute restriction. But I think they'll close out tonight, and if they don't, I'm not worried about the Lakers. Like they're not gonna blow a 3-1 lead. Braun's never blown a 3-1 lead. It's not. No way. Any concerns? If he does, I gotta flee the country. I literally gotta run.
Any concerns for the Lakers in this series at all? Because I got one. I mean, Anthony Davis and LeBron, of course, leading the team in scoring. But if you know the third leading scorer, put it in the comments now. Okay, cool. Your time's run out. It's KCP with 54 points. It's 3 letters. You should be able to do it.
You gave him like 2
KCP
seconds.
is the third leading scorer with 54 points. Who is going to step up for them? Now, I will say Rondo's been stepping up playmaking-wise.
Yeah, Rondo's really good.
But, like, LeBron and Anthony Davis
I
mean, they
can.
been, but
I don't know, like, what's the problem? Like,
I don't know. I mean,
they're not deep.
I don't disagree with you. I think the Lakers will win tonight.
Yeah, they're not deep. You're right. I mean, they're pretty deep. I mean, this team's like Braun. Well, Braun's the only player in the world who can put up a 30-point triple-double, and it feels like he's not playing the best perform. Like, if this series had a Finals MVP, like if this was the Finals, pretty sure AD would honestly win Finals MVP. So like, Braun's not even like this is the first team in a while that Braun's been on where he doesn't have to literally go off. Like 2018, if he didn't go off, they lost, right?
Yeah.
2018 was
like
bad.
51 points in the first game, and they still lost.
So this team's good, and I mean they don't need. I mean KCP's. That's just how their team's built, and they're shooting well. I mean, they're fine. They don't need, like, a third. I thought they did, too, at first, but I don't think they do.
Do you think that they're going to go out in free agency and pick up any big players? I mean, they can't really afford big contracts because LeBron and AD, but, I mean, they do have room for one more Supermax because they wanted Kawhi. Do you think they go out and either trade for anybody or try to pick up anybody?
Someone big?
Just someone better than Kuzma being their third option.
I don't know. I would like to see him with, like a sniper. Like, you know, like a Duncan Robinson kind of player. Like, just, like, someone who can just snipe on that team. Because all their three-point shooters are... I mean, they're fine, but they're all.
Well, that's why they picked up Danny Green. Danny Green's been so bad lately. I think one of the players they should go after, and I think, of course, there's rumors that they're going to go after him, is Bradley Beal, because Bradley Beal he's unselfish.
Really
he can knock out every single shot you give him, and that's a third option where you don't have to have LeBron and AD. I think one of the biggest things that people aren't talking about, like LeBron is doing this in year 17. We all know that because everyone talks about it, and I think it's one of the most, like, everyone talks about it, but no one talks about how impressive that is. This is year 17, and he's the best because people won't put respect on his name. But I think one thing that's benefited him greatly was the 3-month period where he took off, and I do think LeBron might even start looking towards resting a little more during the season. Obviously not like Kawhi levels where he doesn't play 30 games, but he might take like 10 or 15 games off just so he's fresh. But I mean, LeBron could take this 5-6 more years, honestly. Like, I don't know.
Understand. Like at this level, you think? I have no
idea. Not
at
this level. I think this level maybe 2 more years.
I think he actually genuinely wants to play till his son gets.
Oh yeah, you know. Well, I mean, his contract I think is up whenever his son gets drafted. So you know, whatever team drafts me, this guy, he gets drafted to like the worst team. He's like, okay, cool, let's do this and sign this.
Carries his son to a championship.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I have no idea how long he's gonna do this for, but he hasn't shown signs of slowing down. So. Yeah, hopefully he can win like 2 championships with the like if he can go back to back, that'd be really cool. Well, I know he hasn't won this one yet, but yeah, I think.
Well, back to back would be hard because you get the Clippers. You get the Clippers next year. The Warriors coming back.
Nets.
Then oh my god, I forgot KD and Kyrie don't even play NBA anymore.
East is gonna be fun next year.
Do you think Giannis stays in Milwaukee?
I don't know. I think he will, but
you don't think he takes his talents to South Beach or gets traded to Golden State?
South Beach? Oh, boy, that'd be crazy. Or Golden State. That'd be insane. That'd make the league even more fun, to be honest, because I think a lot of balanced teams right now.
Well, let's be real. I mean, the only reason Golden State picked up Wiggins' contract is because they're going to try and go after someone like Giannis. Like, Giannis wants that Supermax. Wiggins got something big to that. But going back to the Lakers, do you think there are any, like, what's the biggest change they need to make in the offseason? I mean, obviously, they've made it to the conference finals, so they are not exceeding expectations, but they're meeting expectations. Obviously, everyone didn't expect them to win the championship because of how good the Clippers were supposed to be. You guys suck. You guys are out of the playoffs. But what's the biggest change you think? I think I agree 100% with three-point shooting.
Yeah.
Hello? There's a robbery going on near me or something. Sirens.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening. But they I don't know. Like with this same team, as long as no one makes like I don't know, like if Clippers got Giannis, that would be unfair. But unless something like that, something stupid like that happens to the league, like when KD joined the Warriors and Bron just sitting there screwed. Like, unless something like that happens, I think their team's honestly fine, and
I think
they're built to win.
They need to get younger though. Like their player, they have.
And they get Avery Bradley back, which is huge.
Oh my god,
like,
I totally forgot about him.
He's a really good defender.
They have one more year on his contract too. Yeah.
He's a really good defender.
So Lakers are totally gonna be fine.
I think they'll be okay, even for next year. We'll see how long Bron can keep this up. AD's in his prime, so AD will keep going.
Do you think AD stays for as long as Bron stays?
Yeah, he should. I don't know. They're gonna. I mean, they should. It's a really bad look if they don't win the shit this year. They have to win this one.
Yeah.
And then like they should. They can win a few championships. I don't know. This looks good so far. The outlook looks great.
Yeah. So. Well, speaking of winning championships, we gotta go to the other conference. Obviously, Boston and Miami played last night. Miami was up in the series 3-1. Now it's 3-2. Boston did win game 2 or game 5. Any takeaways from the game? Anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, Boston showed resilience. I thought they were going to lose this one. Luckily, I want Boston to win, mostly because of my gambling addiction. But, no, yeah, Celtics are a great team. I think they deserve to win. So,
is that the gambling you talking, or is that the actual defeat?
That's the gambling. I don't care about the Celtics. But, I do like the players on the Celtics, and I thought they were going to win before the series started, and now... Well, my take on the whole series is I thought Boston was pretty much what the Heat are better at. Like, I thought Boston was a good defensive team, and they had 4 or 5 guys who can drop 30 at any given moment. Four for sure who can definitely drop 30 at any given moment. But that's looking like what the Heat are, a great defensive team, and they have multiple guys who can drop 30 at any moment. Butler can do it. Bam can do it. Hero apparently can just do it. Hero was awesome that one game.
Dragic, who always gets fallen.
Dragic is amazing. Dragic is really good. I did not.
He's so underrated.
So I didn't even know Heat. I honestly didn't see Heat being this good, and they're running through the East. So I think they'll win Game 6.
You think the Heat take Game 6?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you don't see the Celtics.
Luckily, I've only been wrong about this series, so hopefully they push this to 7. But I definitely think
I'm just gonna bet the exact opposite you bet.
Oh yeah, for this series, 100% do.
Oh, okay, cool. So I just put like my entire life savings down on the Heat.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you said you had Boston.
I want Boston.
Oh, you want Boston, but you have the Heat. Okay, cool. Definitely. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I did not like the way me and JP were talking about this a little bit off camera, but I did not like the way the game was officiated. It was sloppy. I know it was pretty equal for the most part. Like both teams were getting calls. There were a couple of calls that were leaning Boston's way, but I mean, when you have, I think it was like 4 players towards the end of the game in foul trouble, that's just kind of ridiculous. There were a couple of challenges too on certain calls where the refs didn't overturn it. And I think that's just a situation of it's their ego, and they're just like, oh, I don't want to admit that I'm wrong. Something we saw in the NFL last year, and it's really, really frustrating because it ruins the flow of the game. And I mean, honestly, I think Miami was getting some momentum in certain moments, and then Draw just fouled out with a horrible call, and then that kind of ruined everything. But I do think Miami's a better team. I think there's such a Cinderella story, and I love the Heat so much just for all their heart. One of the things I said is they reminded me of the Nets from a couple years ago, just like having fun off on the bench, and they're all a bunch of young players. And Jimmy Butler's proving that he wasn't a pain in the ass in Philadelphia or in Minnesota. People were just kind of soft. So. Yeah, Boston could win this game, but I don't see Miami blowing this 3-1.
I don't see Miami blowing this 3-1 lead. What I really think is that this Game 6 is going to be really close because there's going to be two teams fighting. Because Boston obviously has to push it to Game 7, and Miami definitely doesn't want a Game 7. So it's going to be close, and what happens to every close game between Boston and Miami? Miami always closes every single close game, which they're really scary at that, and they're really good. They're really clutch. So.
Well, Miami's deeper than Boston. I think Boston has better depth with bigs, like with Tyson Cancer. But, I mean, overall, like, lineup depth...
Yeah, getting Hayward was pretty helpful, though, too.
Well, yeah, but they've been running him a lot. But I think, like, did he play Game 2? Or no, he came back Game 3. So I guess the Heat still did take a game with Hayward on the court. But I just think it was like you were saying, the Heat have anyone that can come off at any single moment. Whether it's Duncan Robinson, who can just knock down a jumper, Tyler Hero, who's a walking bucket, Jimmy Butler, or Dragic, or even Bam. Like, that's 5 players right there.
Yep, Heat are what I thought Celtics were going to be, so it's unfortunate. But, yeah, he looked great, yeah.
So, which of the two teams is LA's biggest difficulty in the finals?
I'd probably just say Heat because I think they're just a better team. Like, I don't know. If Boston pushed this to 7, it would be really impressive in my opinion. And I still think Heat would win Game 7 too. I think Heat just win the close ones, and I think that would give them the most problems. If it was Celtics, I think they match up pretty well against Celtics. Like, AD would cook Tice.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't have any big men.
Yeah, Bam's kind of built like AD and could probably do. I mean, obviously you can't hold AD at the end of the day, but I mean, Bam's like a good pretty.
You put Bam on AD, you put Butler on LeBron.
Right.
Who's gonna score? I mean, those are two defensive, like all defensive players. I know both of them didn't make the all defensive team. Actually, I think they did, but like those are two stellar players. But do you think Miami or Boston can beat Los Angeles? You don't think so?
No.
So
I wonder how far. I'm actually curious about this. I don't know how many games that would even go to. Boston should be like 4
Boston would be 5, 6. Yeah. I genuinely think Miami would do 7.
You think so?
I think
that would be really.
I know, like on the first episode, I said that Portland was going to beat Los Angeles in 7, and that was. I will admit that was a stupid ass take. Don't worry, JP texts me about it all the time. But I think Miami is what I thought the Trailblazers were. I think Miami has actual lockdown players and actual multiple scorers. I was like, oh, Melo and Damian Lillard can carry the team. And then I was like, what did I just say? Yeah. Well, that makes no sense. But with 5 players they can score, 2 players that can lock down the 2 best players. Mm-hmm.
They can't lock them down, though. And, like, it's basketball. You switch and you don't. Butler's not guarding LeBron 24/7. You get switches, you get buckets, And if they're, I don't think they'd run zone, but Braun would break a zone. I don't think they'll run much zone on the Lakers. But
I do think Miami could beat the Lakers. I genuinely do.
They could.
Just because of depth. So. Only because of depth. Because the Lakers bench is bad. I mean, LeBron and AD are playing like 37, 38 minutes each because if they go off the court, then all of a sudden, I thought the oven beef. I was like, I'm not cooking anything.
You would have the face
But like when they're playing 38 minutes, it's because the second they go off the court, the other team starts to catch up. Why are you smiling at me? You laughing at me?
No.
Bad take? Oh, okay.
No, Miami. I mean, yeah, I agree. No, I mean, Miami's good. We'll see what happens. I think Game 6 will tell us a lot about Miami too, because they should be able to close this out. We both think that they're the better team. If they close this out in 6 games, like obviously Boston came out with some fire. I don't know if they were expecting it. If Boston might keep that same energy, they made a lot of tough shots, and Tatum was going off. So I mean, I think Miami. I wonder what Vegas will do. I think they should be favorited for sure in this game. And if Miami can close this out, I mean, they're scary. And we'll see what happens with the Lakers tonight, too. I know we both have Lakers winning. But, I mean, yeah, the series isn't over. So once we see what both teams are like when they play each other, because we imagine it'll be Heat and Lakers, when we see their collection, look back at their playoffs as a whole, yeah, I think it'll be interesting. And I agree with you that Miami can pose troubles with their defense.
So the Heat are actually underdogs at +3 going into Game 6.
Really?
Yeah. So that means that they have Boston at -3.
That's what Vegas did last game too, and I didn't know why.
But here's the thing I think is going to happen is bettors are going to start betting towards the Miami side, which is going to make that line like -1. Like that is going to be a game that is going to have so many tickets on it, so I would not trust the odds on that. And, you know, I think it's like you said, in every single close game that Miami's played in this season, I mean, they've only lost 3 games in the entire playoffs. That's the least out of everybody. Yeah. That's hella good. And they've played one of the best teams in the league with the with the Bucks. Now they're obviously playing one of the better teams with.
And they destroyed
Celtics.
the Bucks. They didn't just beat the Bucks.
Yeah, that
They
series
broke the
was
Bucks.
not a 4-1. That was a sweep. They just got the Bucks were like, oh, we have to play for Giannis in one game, and then gave up. All right, cool. So that'll be the end of our first leg of the podcast. Coming up in the next podcast, we will be talking more on the NFL side of things with the Patriots, of course, the Dallas Cowboys, and possibly the Ravens and Chiefs, and our 2-0, 0-2 team. So stick around for that. Welcome back to Training Camp Podcast, segment number 2. We're going to be talking all things NFL in this segment. If you did miss it, in the first segment, we talked about our reactions to the Game 5 Boston-Miami series, which team in that series can give the Lakers the most trouble, and our outlook for tonight's game against Denver for the Lakers. First segment we'll be hopping into is the New England Patriots, because if there's two things that are a constant within the NFL world, it's that people will talk about the Patriots and then people will talk about the Cowboys, which is how it happens. We're talking about both of those teams in the segment. But first of all, with the Patriots, they're entering Week 3 1-1, coming off of a loss to Seattle. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it was a close game, 35-30, loss on a goal line stand.
Yep.
Do you think the Patriots it's real, or do you think they're a bit overhyped right now?
No, I think it's real. They were really impressive. Yeah, I think they're really impressive this year, and I think their division, like the Bills, look really good, obviously, but I think they can beat the Bills twice if they. I think they're very capable of that.
What?
Yeah. No, I really think they're capable of that. And
you
I
think the Patriots can beat the Bills twice?
This division.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's look at their upcoming games. They have the Raiders.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, Niners.
No, it's really hard.
They're gonna win one, maybe two of those games. They're for sure gonna beat the Broncos. If the Niners get their healthy players back, they're gonna lose that game. And then the Bills. That is a stretch that they're probably going to lose 4 games at least.
No, it's they have a tough schedule. You're right.
And then the Cardinals?
This Raiders.
And then the Ravens?
Yeah, bro,
the Rams? Dude, there's no way. There's actually no way that the Patriots are going to be good this year.
Wait, there's no way they make the playoffs?
No! What?
Wait, let me see. Is the Bills schedule like super easy comparatively?
Probably, because, I mean, the Ravens...
No, they play... Yeah, they miss out on... No, they get the Cardinals. They get Seattle... No, they have a pretty tough schedule.
They play the Raiders, who they're going to beat. They play the Titans, who they're going to beat.
Who they're going to beat? The Raiders?
Yes!
Bro, the Raiders... Okay, the Raiders, like, don't look that bad. Okay, go, fine.
Okay, cool. Recency bias, one of JP's least favorite things in the world.
I mean,
they're going to beat the Raiders. They're going to beat the Titans. They're going to lose to the Chiefs. They're going to beat the Jets. They're going to beat the Patriots. They're going to lose to the Seahawks. They're going to beat the Cardinals. They're going to beat the Chargers.
Wait, what? What's happening? How come you're just freaking out? Like the Bills, you just go through. Oh, the Chiefs, yeah, they'll beat them. Oh, the Ravens, they'll beat them.
I said they're gonna lose.
The Rams, they won't lose. I don't get it. Like, what's
I said they're gonna lose to the Chiefs. They're not gonna beat the Chiefs.
The Cardinals are just gonna beat.
The Bills are gonna beat the Chiefs. They're gonna beat
the Cardinals. Just like that. Like that's obvious.
Did you not hear Did you not hear Bills are gonna beat the Cardinals? You didn't hear that?
No, I didn't hear that at all.
Here's the thing: Buffalo Bills are gonna win that division. Dude, the Patriots. Okay, you know what? Here's the thing.
It's a tough schedule. I agree.
Patriots still have to play in Miami. So we know that they're going to lose that game. That's how they always lose one game to Miami.
No, can. That's Tom.
No, don't ever blame that on Tom. Dude.
I'll blame it on Gronk for not tackling.
Yeah. No, so they're going to lose at least one game to the Dolphins. They're probably going to lose to the Cardinals. They're probably going to lose to the Ravens. They're definitely going to lose to the Bills at least once. And they're definitely going to lose to the Niners. And they're definitely going to lose to the Chiefs. What do you mean?
Niners don't even have a team anymore.
If they're healthy?
Why are they definitely... No, there's no healthy.
That's 4 weeks away. That's 4 weeks.
Just dead.
It's 4 weeks away.
There's no year for both.
They signed...
And isn't Solomon Thomas gone for like a good chunk? And Garoppolo
will be back.
But for what?
Kittatron will be back.
Mostert's also like...
He'll be back by the time 4 weeks from now. He will be back.
Maybe, yeah.
And they also signed Ziggy Ansah, so they have a great defensive end now, filling in for Nick Bosa. Not Nick Bosa level, dude. The Patriots. Okay, I had them going like 4-12. That was mad disrespectful. That was wrong. But they're not gonna be 10-6. They're gonna be like 8-8.
Okay, I don't know. I think it'll come down to those division games. Like those are gonna be good. Those are gonna be big games. I also think this one's really important. I think did you say they're gonna beat the Raiders or lose to the Raiders this week?
We're gonna.
Are we talking about that?
Oh no, I'm not. That was one of my wallet winners, but never mind. It's not anymore.
I think this one's really important
because
of how hard the schedule is. I think Cam really needs to win this one.
I'm going to be real. I'm not buying into Las Vegas as much as everyone else is.
Yeah.
I think
they're actually...
I think beating New Orleans was good, but New Orleans didn't have Michael Thomas. New Orleans defense looked bad. and it was the first game in the brand new stadium. You kind of have to win that game. You're going to have energy. So they also beat the Panthers.
So you think Patriots will win this one? But you don't know.
I genuinely do not
I think
know.
It's very important because they're going to lose to the Chiefs more than likely.
Is the game in New
England? The week
England?
after that.
I think the game's in New England, right?
And they already lost to Seahawks barely.
So yeah, I think the Patriots will probably win this game out. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I think it's super important.
They'll win this game. But, I mean, looking at that schedule...
It is tough.
They literally, after this, they play the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So...
But, I mean, I think they've proven that they can hang out with some of the best teams. Like, Seahawks are going to be one of the best teams. Seahawks are going to be one of the best teams in the league. And they were right there. They lost by a yard.
Okay, so when the Chiefs and the Ravens play the Patriots...
They're not going to beat them. I just think they have a chance to upset. It's football. What are we doing here? Why are you staring at me like there's not upset?
Because you just acted like...
this is the NBA 7-game series.
You just said that they were one of the top teams. You said that they were one of the top teams.
No, I said the Chiefs are one of the top teams.
Oh,
I said Seattle's one of the top teams.
Okay, I thought you were saying the Patriots are going to be one of the top teams. I was like, my guy.
I can't...
Okay, well, anyway, because the next topic will not create any issues between anybody. Hi, Nick. So the Dallas Cowboys.
No, man, the Cowboys.
Okay, so
they're a lock for
they came back. What did you just say?
You still think they're 8-8 for sure?
Yeah, 8-8, 9-7. I don't think dude, they should have.
I don't know how they won that.
If
you turn off the game or did I turn off
yes,
the game?
no, I didn't even turn it on when I looked. I opened fantasy with 3 seconds into kickoff and they were down 40-0. So I was like, cool, this game's over.
How they came back?
I mean, yeah, they had a comeback. It was a great comeback. But I mean, to be fair, if you're playing in a lot of games down like that, you're not going to win them all. If Atlanta had the common sense to hop on a football, I can do that. I'm not in the NFL. I will fall on a ball. I can do that. Atlanta does that, the game's over. Atlanta was playing prevent defense the entire fourth quarter because they knew they were going to pass the ball. Mm-hmm. So obviously you just got to do short passes, eat up the field. That way you're marching down the field.
An onside kick.
And I hate that they're playing Seattle this week because if they win, everyone's going to say that Dallas is the next best team and everyone's disrespecting them. And if they lose, then everyone's going to say, oh, Dallas, and they're just going to complain and make up excuses. It's never a win. I wish that they were playing like a really definite either win or lose team this week. But going back to the title of the segment, does Dallas need a win in week 3? Yes. I think if they want to prove people that they can at least hang in. But I mean, here's the other situation. You really are just going to let me rant. You said you're going to let me... Here's the situation. Who's gonna challenge for that division?
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like this, you're saying it's a must-win for their reputation. Okay, I guess you're right, but not for going to the playoffs. They're a lock for the playoffs, pretty much.
Okay, cool with it. They're a lock for the playoffs, but then who are they going to beat in the playoffs?
I don't know.
No one. They are literally going to get ousted in the first round.
Yeah,
so here you go, Dallas fans. Bold prediction. Even though this isn't a bold prediction. The Cowboys make the playoffs. Are you happy I said that? Congratulations. You're going to get bounced.
That's so sad. The NFC's supposed to be good, but that division's so bad that you can probably make the playoffs with 8-8.
The NFC West kind of makes up for how bad that division is. Honestly, I don't think it's fair. I think if you have a team, if none of your teams win at least 500% of your games, you should not be able to make the playoffs. Some other teams should take it in that slot. Cause
yeah, it's interesting.
What even
I
is
like
that?
Divisions and stuff, but yeah, you're right. At the end, it's kind of annoying.
It should be conference based, not division based.
Yeah, you're probably right.
They have no pass rush.
I
they
definitely
have no secondary, and their offense should be dominating right now, but they're not.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We'll see with the Cowboys. They have a new coach and everything. You were the first to say this. Like with new coaches, we don't know what's gonna. We gotta wait for the season to develop. Maybe they'll get better. I mean, they proved that they can score. Atlanta's defense sucks, and I don't know how they blew that lead, but they scored like 50 points and. Atlanta has one of the top offenses, right? We can agree with that. And
also
Cowboys match them in points.
Defenses, though.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, they'll make the playoffs, and then we'll have to see what the team's like at the end of the year. And yeah, you're right. Reputation. I think I agree with everything you said on your rant. So it was a good rant.
Thanks. Do you think they beat Seattle this week?
Nah. Oh, no.
Game is in Seattle.
No, and it's not a must-win. So no.
Seattle's a -5 favorite.
I think Seattle. Russ is just wants MVP at this point. Russ has said MVP.
Yeah, but
it's MVP.
Have you seen how bad Seattle's defense is?
Yeah.
It's
Russ is so
the
good.
problem, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think this will be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
They need the win.
Is it what time is it at? You know.
Bro, it's a Cowboys game. Of course, it's gonna be 225. Yeah, 225 is gonna be the only game on. Probably just delete every other NFL team just for this time slot.
Yeah, they're gonna play at midnight or something.
Game's in Seattle though, so I think Dallas will probably end up winning. Or no, I mean Seattle will end up winning. Sorry, I don't know what I was gonna say Dallas ended up
No, I
losing.
hate Cowboys. Wait, what? Oh, my bad. Sorry, I don't know what's gotten to me.
I don't hate the Cowboys. Everyone thinks that. I really don't. I don't hype them up like everyone else does. I'm realistic.
But would you be surprised if Cowboys won? I wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Just because of how bad Seattle's defense is.
Yeah.
But like, look at the teams the Cowboys have to play. Okay, so they have Seattle, and then they have the Browns, who they should obliterate, and then they have the Giants, who they should obliterate.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna walk into their playoff spot. I mean their division's so bad.
All right.
Washington and yeah.
Quick coin flip games for Dallas. Dallas and Arizona.
Oh. Dallas?
Okay.
Oh no. What week is that in?
That's 4 weeks from now.
Oh, I don't know. So early. I mean, like Dallas.
Early prediction.
Early prediction. I guess I'd say Dallas. I don't know.
Okay.
That's close too.
Dallas, Pittsburgh.
Oh, Dallas. Okay. That'll be a good game. You addiction watch that together.
No. Someone will end up dead. Dallas Ravens.
I didn't even know they played each other. Dallas Ravens? Oh, Ravens are going to be really good.
Yes,
Ravens and Chiefs are going to win a lot of games, not lose much.
Now, this one's going to throw you for a loop, and I can't wait to see your reaction. Dallas Bengals.
What? What's going on? Is this a prank?
Who wins that game?
Dallas? Okay. All right, well. What? Dallas? I think Dallas is going to win. I'm not going to change.
I agree with you, but I think it's going to be a game that's going to be closer than everyone expects. And then Dallas Niners.
Dallas.
What?
Yes!
Second to last week of the season.
I don't care. I think Niners are going to go on and off with Super Bowls. Like, they had a really bad year 2 years ago, Super Bowl. Then this year.
Yeah, I don't think the Niners win their division.
And then next year they'll go back to the Super Bowl.
I think the Niners are going to finish third in their division, but I still think
they should tank for Lawrence with the Vikings.
Oh, no. Oh.
That would be terrifying, man.
Okay.
Imagine if Kyle Shanahan had Trevor Lawrence.
I don't want to.
I don't want. That would be terrifying.
Okay, well,
Anyways.
speaking of the Rams and the Chiefs, because you brought them up earlier, we got the Rams and Chiefs Monday Night Football.
Not Rams.
Fuck. Ravens and Chiefs. God damn it. Who cares? The reason I was thinking that is because I genuinely think this is, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I think this is going to be very reminiscent of that Rams-Chiefs game we saw a couple years ago. Not we saw. I went to a fucking play and missed it. And I came back and Travis Kelce had like 31 points in my fantasy team. I was like, oh, what happened? 54-51. They both obliterated the over by themselves. So yeah, Monday Night Football. God, I just literally go on these random tangents. Monday Night Football. Me and
How's
Zach.
the play?
Oh, okay. What did I see? I saw Cinderella. I was supporting a good friend of mine who was directing it, so it was actually not too bad. So shout out Mr. Kimball.
Hey.
Not bad. I mean, Rams Chiefs played on Monday Night Football and scored 106 points.
Oh, that's crazy.
But Cinderella's good. I was with friends.
Yeah.
You really made me think about that, didn't you? Really, I actually had to like sit back and think about how I missed the best game of all time. I had to watch highlights. I had to watch a 5-minute highlight video of a 30,000 minute football game. Whatever.
Then watch all the touchdowns in the game, and it was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who do you got in Kansas City, Baltimore this week? Baltimore is the favorite.
Yeah. I'm just go Kansas City because Mahomes. I think the teams are so close, and I'll just take the best quarterback in the league. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I have all that. I don't know.
I think after such a close game with the Chargers, I think Mahomes. There's a lot of people being like, "Oh, obviously the Ravens are the best team in the league because the Mahomes kept it close with the Chargers." But I mean, Chiefs were not planning on playing Herbert, so they didn't have that game plan written up. So everything kind of changed that way. Threw him for a loop, and Mahomes did have a bad first half, but they ended up bouncing back. I mean, literally they tied.
Bouncing back is an understatement. He bounced
so back
good.
in 30
that
seconds.
Tyreek Hill touchdown pass. I don't even.
Yeah.
No words.
Those are the plays that I'm like.
Yeah, those are the plays where this game's probably going to be close, and I'll just take Mahomes because he's incredibly clutch. So, incredibly clutch.
I'm just really curious of who's going to be the standout player because I don't think it's going to be the quarterbacks. I think it's going to be a running back, and I think honestly,
Clyde?
I don't think it's going to be Clyde. I think it's going to be the other rookie.
Ingram? Darwin Thompson?
Who?
Who are you talking
Who's
about?
Darwin Thompson?
I said Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's who.
I said the other rookie. Who's Darwin Thompson?
That's the backup for the Chiefs.
Oh my God.
I didn't know who you were. He's not even a rookie. I didn't know what you were going with this.
No, J.K. Dobbins.
Okay, yeah, J.K. Dobbins.
I think Mark Inger's gonna have a kind of rough game because he's not. Who the fuck is this? Who did you just say? What was his name? Darwin Thompson? Oh, he's real. Okay, I thought that was a joke. No. Okay, cool. He's real. No. I think J.K. Dobbins got a good game because Ingram is more of a power back rather than a speed back, and J.K. Dobbins is a speed back. And I think the Chiefs are going to honestly contain Lamar running wise, not passing wise. I think Lamar's actually have a pretty good passing game. But that's going to open up the game for J.K. Dobbins, who they're not going to be game planning for. So I think J.K. Dobbins could have a really, really good game this week.
So do you just think fireworks then?
What?
Like it's just going to be like scoring?
Oh yeah, no.
This
is going to be a non-defensive game at all. I mean, literally, the Chargers have one of the best secondaries. I think like a top 3 secondary in the league. And Mahomes went, boop, one play. Literally, that was it. And Lamar can go, zoop, and then take off. Like,
do your Lamar impression again?
No.
Zoop.
Do your Lamar impression again?
Zoop. Did you say zoop? All right, go. Just go.
What?
Just go.
Wait, what's happening? Zoop?
Yeah, that's what you just said. You were
Yeah,
Lamar.
zoop. Zoop.
You're Lamar.
Like, hey JP, zoop. Oh,
You forgot there's like 20 wires under you.
yeah. Shh, don't tell people about that. Moving on. Moving on. We're gonna stay here. Now, yeah, I think that this game. What the fuck just happened the past 3 minutes?
No, edit it out, please, God.
I do think we can't edit it. It's a podcast.
Oh, God.
Why are you ruining everything? This is live. And then I can't edit anything because of you. No, I do think. I think this is gonna be an extremely high scoring game. I mean, what's the over? You know?
No, it's gotta be crazy. Wonder if it's like 60 something.
Don't know why I asked you. Pretty much just stall. I looked up the actual over.
Yeah.
If it's 60, I'll still take the over, honestly.
Oh. So you'll take any over at this point. Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like Ravens have like an actually good D.
Oh, 54 over under? Yeah, I'll take the over on that. Oh yeah. I think this game could be not 53-51, but I think it could be 42-36, something like that. It's gonna
could be, definitely.
Yeah. And the thing is, they both have great defenses. So
Who did you pick? Who are you picking?
Let's get into that because I don't have a pick yet.
Oh, okay.
It's really hard.
What's going on? So
I do think the Chiefs will come out. Like I was saying at the beginning.
It is hard. Who knows? What's the spread?
Kind of sus.
3.5.
Yeah, 3 for the Ravens.
Yeah.
But it's in Baltimore, so that's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think after the way Mahomes kept everything close last week, I think Chiefs end up pulling it out. Yeah. I don't have a hesitation in my mind about that. But you know what? Knowing everything and all my bets this year, anything could happen. Speaking of my bets, perfectly 500 this year. So, wallet winners, thank you, appreciate that. I was a wallet weeper for week 1, and I was a wallet winner for week 2. We're gonna hop into those in the next segment, so stick around for those.
All right, guys, welcome back to the last leg of training camp.
It's that camera.
Why would I even think it was that one? Look at what it's
You're talking to the charging port.
I can't even see the 3 cameras. I was literally just talking to a tripod.
I'm so confused. I thought you were doing a bit at first.
I forgot there was 2. Okay.
I was like, hey, JP, do you want to switch spots? And you do the intro for the first one? He's like, yeah, sure. And then we had this really convoluted process. So apparently it's way more difficult.
Yeah.
I'm just a natural. What can I say?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So you got your
Should I redo the intro?
No, that was the intro.
That was
We're staying with that, dude. That was the greatest intro of all time.
Okay. So wallet winners. I'm gonna start. Connor has 5 of them. I have 1. I guess Connor's are here, but I won't look at them.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna switch when it's my turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You lost privileges.
Oh, I bet. My week 1 wallet winner. Connor might react to this, but I got odds on the Texans. I think this is a must-win game for the Texans. And I don't think it's a must-win game for the Steelers because Steelers are not going to win this division. I know they're 2-0. I don't think they're going to win this division. So that's why it's not a must-win for the Steelers because I still think they'll make the playoffs regardless of if they win the division or not. They'll still get a wild card. So Texans back against the wall. I don't know who made their schedule and said, we're going to give you Ravens and Chiefs as your first games. Like, that's... Yeah. I would cry if I got that schedule. I didn't know that was their schedule.
I mean, honestly, even having to face Pittsburgh's defense, just not even as a Pittsburgh fan, just in general, it's the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll chime in my notes real quick, and I'll even tell you the same thing. I completely understand why. I didn't react because... I reacted very minorly because I somewhat agree with you. So here's the thing. This is actually... We're going to hop into my wallet winners, too. We're just going to say... You can put it wherever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, one of my wallet winners is Houston. Not odds. I have them Houston +4. Because this is a game Pittsburgh could easily blow. This is a game that Pittsburgh should win because our defense is so dominant.
You guys always have, like, some of those
We always had one last week against Denver. That's a game we should always win because they're so bad, backup quarterback out, and it was a 26-20 game.
When did Drew Lock get hurt again? Like
middle of the first quarter.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was basically you're playing against
Driscoll
the entire game. But, I mean, this is a game that on paper Pittsburgh should easily win. This is a game where our defensive front, which is ranked number 1 in the NFL right now, should just dominate. And
that line.
Yes, and like we were able to contain Lamar last year in the game we played against him, so we shouldn't have a problem against the mobility of Lamar. But this is just one of those games that Pittsburgh is not either going to keep it extremely close, and I would not be surprised if Houston's going to drive to win. Like,
yeah, this is a must-win for them. I feel like.
I think, and I agree with you 100%. I think people are really disrespecting the Houston Texans right now because of the first 2 games that they've played.
Yeah.
It really
Deshaun's been really good for how bad his team. Like,
he really.
I don't know how he does this.
People are amazing. You hit it. You hit the nail on the head. They've played Baltimore and Kansas City, the 2 best teams in the league.
And he's just dropping dimes and stuff with Will Fuller as his best.
Yeah, but Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks, and Darren Fells. Like,
it's crazy.
So it's just
he's really good.
I will say for my wallet winner, I don't have Houston winning. I have them covering the spread, though. I mean, +4 is a lot. I mean, the spread started at +6.5 for Pittsburgh, or for -6.5 for Pittsburgh, so it's obviously getting smaller. So +4 at Houston, I like that. I still think Pittsburgh wins 30-28, though. I think it's going to be...
I think that's fair, too.
Again, and this is a game that should be 30 points allowed, or 28 points allowed by Pittsburgh defense. Yeah, because this is a game where, I'm not going to lie, we have some gaps in our defense right now. We got exploited a little bit. Our secondary is not playing as well as it did last season. I think that's just mainly because people are still getting into their groove. So coming a couple weeks, we're going to be a lot better. But
I mean, it's also because you guys. I think your D coordinator and your coach expects that. You guys blitz. You saw that
60% of the time.
Yeah, you saw that thing I sent you. You guys are like way up here on the graph, which is like blitz right by plays or something like that. Mm-hmm. Whatever. You guys were blitzing so much, and I mean that's going to happen. Your secondary can't. Your secondary is not filled with Jalen Ramsey, so like they're gonna get blown by, and you know, I feel like actually Will Fuller and stuff can capitalize on that. So we'll see.
I generally bold prediction. I think Will Fuller is gonna exit the second quarter with an injury. I genuinely do. He cannot play. He's so bad. He's a great wide receiver, but he just gets injured so much.
Yeah.
My second wallet winner. We were talking about them earlier. Dallas is +5 against Seattle. I'm not taking Dallas to win. I'm taking the points. I think +5 is a lot for such a great offense. This is a very similar scenario, though, where I think Dallas could be driving to win and just a turnover costs them, or Seattle's driving to win and Seattle. You hear how fast my dude?
I wasn't gonna go. You're like a new person.
Hold on, I just gotta.
All right, guys, welcome Connor to the podcast. I looked at that camera.
How's it going?
Welcome Connor to the podcast.
This is the game where, you know, Seattle could be driving to win and end up winning. So I have Seattle winning 31-30. Very close game. Take the over on it. I think
I like that one to be close.
Both of these defenses are really bad, secondary especially. So, I mean, Jamal Adams, I know he's a safety, but he's not really a secondary player. He's a blitzer. He's a quarterback dominant safety, so he's more of a linebacker. But, yeah, I think Seattle still wins because Russell Wilson's just going off right now. And I think he has, honestly, some of the best weapons, one of the best wide receiving cores.
Yeah, DK's awesome.
Next one is Atlanta -3 against Chicago. So Atlanta's coming in favored, but I just...
So who's your pick?
I have Atlanta -3. I think so. For my final score is 27-20 for Atlanta. I just think Atlanta was able to dominate Dallas, and Dallas has a bad defense, I will admit. But Atlanta, who they play week 1?
I don't know. I have to check really.
Because Atlanta's 0-2, so they obviously
keep talking.
don't worry. I like how he's using his. I looked at that camera. I like how he's using his phone and not the computer that's right in front of him.
Yeah, because there's some red lines and stuff going on. I don't want to mess that up.
Oh my goodness.
Seahawks.
Oh yeah. Okay. Duh. So they played. The two teams are playing each other this week. Two great offenses, and Atlanta's a horrible defense. So yeah, I think. I will say Chicago's defense is really, really good, so it will be hard. But it was like you said earlier, Atlanta's offense is just so freaking they're so fast paced and so
they're
great.
Crazy. Even what if Julio doesn't play because he?
Oh my God, it doesn't matter. Calvin Ridley's going to step up, and Russell Gage, their rookie wide receiver, he's been stepping up
Calvin
too.
Ridley's
Hayden
so
Hurst
unfair.
is so good.
I hate that Calvin Ridley exists. It's so unfair that he gets the second corner when he deserves like the first.
I will say I don't think Todd Gurley is going to be the good player people were kind of expecting. I kind of was like, Todd Gurley might step up, but I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, Gurley's a rip.
Third one.
But by the way, I really like that score. I feel like that's going to be the exact score. I don't know why. That just feels like the exact score.
Yeah, I think
I don't know why.
The over-under was like 45 points, so I'm taking the over on that as well. Just again, Atlanta has a really bad defense. And also, going back to Chicago, they were losing badly to the Lions in week 1. Like, horribly to the Lions, and then they ended up coming back. And then who'd they beat last week? So much for research.
Giants.
Oh, okay, cool. Like 17-13, right? It wasn't a blowout. It was a close game.
That's
so
the exact score.
Yeah, so I am.
Yeah, they're not good.
They have played two mediocre offenses, and now they have to play even a Julio-less offense is better than those two offenses that they've played so far because the Lions didn't have Galladay in that game. So yeah, no, this is no brainer for me. Third game, Niners -3 against the Giants. I know the game's in MetLife where, the field eats people apparently because the Niners are scared to play on the field.
And no Garoppolo, I'm pretty sure.
No Garoppolo, no Kittle, no
Monster.
team, literally no Niners.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like Nick Mullins. I remember when he played the Monday Night Football game, he won. They still have is McKinnon playing? I think it's McKinnon because Coleman's out. They have
McKinnon and Jeff Wilson's actually not bad.
Yeah, and Jordan Reed, their tight end, stepped up monstrously last week. So
because no one's there.
And they signed Ziggy Ansah, and so I mean obviously like I said it's not exactly a Nick Bosa fill-in, but like that's a player that can he's a Pro Bowl caliber defensive end, so I think they're gonna be fine. Giants just look horrible, especially without Saquon. Like, dude, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's sad.
I think 3 is just a little too few. If this was like -5 or 6, I'd be a little hesitant. I also just like head coaching. I think Shanahan's a better head coach than Mike Judge. So I have 14-20 San Francisco wins. What do you think about that?
Nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that pick too. It's just scary without their quarterback. I don't know. Well, I like Mullins too, I guess. I mean, but yeah, and the Giants are really bad. I don't know. I don't know about that one. That one's iffy for me.
Well,
I think Daniel Jones can definitely win this game. Like, Daniel Jones has something to prove. I want to comment on the Giants real quick because people are hyping Herbert after one game and he did really good. I'm scared like it's like a Daniel Jones. It could be a Daniel Jones type of situation. Remember how good he was? Like everyone was like, "Oh, we love Daniel Jones."
That was more because
what happened?
That was I think the hype behind Daniel Jones is because he was supposed to pick a 20th overall pick, not a 6th overall pick. So like people are like, okay, he's not too bad.
He has something to prove though, so I think he could come out and he should. Who's favored? The Niners are favorited. But I think
Giants also
that
don't
one's
have
a little risky. I kind of
Sterling Shepard's out,
but it's a fair pick. Yeah.
I just like head coaching, so I'm taking the Niners there.
Okay.
We talked about Houston and Pittsburgh. So my upset of the week. I keep looking at that camera. I understand why you messed up now. I literally just looked at that camera. My upset of the week is not actually a big upset because the line is going closer and closer towards this team.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I got you.
Who do you think it is?
Yeah, I mean it's Rams.
Yeah. Did you look at my notes?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I just know that we talked about that line going closer.
Again, whenever I do my upset, I do not do spread. I do odds. My upsets are bad so far. I had the Vikings winning last week, and that definitely did not happen.
Oh no.
And week 1, oh god, it was bad too. I generally don't remember who I had week 1, but it's okay that I forgot because it was a bad pick. But I think this is one that the Rams can win. I think the reason people are hyping up Buffalo, and I think I think the hype is real. I think Buffalo's a great team, but we also have to take into consideration that they haven't played great teams. Yeah. They've played Miami and the Jets.
Yeah,
and the Jets
to say not great teams is an
literally
those are the worst.
Well, I don't think the Dolphins are as bad as the Jets.
You're a super fan. My bad.
No, I'm not. Again,
hey,
stop! It's like the Cowboys. I mean, Dolphins are better than the Cowboys, but anyway, no, I'm just kidding. But those are two really, really horrible defensive teams. And I know Josh Allen's been on it. Like Josh Allen is dude.
I want to talk about that too. Like, do you think he's gonna is he? Is it
I think this game will show.
Will
this
humble
game
him?
Will show. No, this game will show us if it's real. Because he's going to have Aaron Donald up his ass the entire game. And he's going to have Jalen Ramsey defending his corners. But I will say,
Diggs is
dude,
that's going to be a lit matchup.
The Diggs acquisition was the greatest move by a GM in so long because honestly, I didn't even expect him. I had him in fantasy for 2 years in a row, and last year he disappointed me majorly.
Yeah, he does every year.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. Diggs is not as good as we think.
I don't want to draft
and then
anymore.
With the Bills, the fact that they have Brown on the other side, you have Diggs stretching the field. He's gonna pull those safeties down. You can have Brown run the underneath, or I don't even know who their tight end is, whoever their tight end is, or the running back Singletary. They can just
and Zach Moss, yeah.
Zach Moss is out for this game.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, stop. No longer talking about Buffalo. I think the Rams are going to win. The Rams, it's hard to plan for them because you don't know which running back's going to dominate you.
You don't know who they're going to throw to. You don't know. They change it up.
They have great wide receivers. I mean, they have that new guy, Van Jefferson, I think is his name. He's been stepping up a lot. They have Tyler Higbee, who is a red zone machine. He's the main target. You have Cooper Kupp if Higbee's not open. Okay, cool. Well, what if they're getting both?
I think Cooper Kupp is in line for a lot of work because Tre'Davious White is going to be covering Woods, and then Higbee. I don't know if Higbee's going to be. None of them are
I think they're going to put Edmonds. They're going to put Edmonds on Higbee because Edmonds is a speed linebacker.
Yeah, I think Cooper Kupp is in line.
So Cooper Kupp could easily have a 10 reception.
One of his crazy games that he loves to have sometimes.
And then Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, two of the best players in their positions.
I like that pick for the upset.
It's only plus 110, so it's not a lot, but I do have LA coming out on top, 26-21.
Yeah.
I just died a little bit. You said I had the hiccups. I don't know what's going on with my voice either. But reaction to my last week wallet winners, which fortunately I was a wallet winner, not a wallet weeper.
Let's go. So what does that mean? 3-2 or?
So I had San Francisco winning 24-14 against New York. So I got that one right. Not the exact score, obviously, but I got the spread right. I had the Rams -1 against Philly. I got that one right. Thank you very much.
Oh my,
I predicted 28-24, but Philly's just horrible.
Philly's already 2 tight end sets because they don't have any receivers. Philly's screwed.
I had Jacksonville +11.
Yeah. Oh.
So I covered because +3 because they only lost by 33. I predicted the score though was 23-14.
This is what I'm talking about with the NFL. You can't go week to week. Going back all the way to our Chiefs thing. Mm-hmm. You think Chiefs were close with the Chargers, so now the Ravens are going to blow them out. You can't think like that because look at Jacksonville just kept up with the Titans, which was a playoff team last year.
Yep.
And then they get destroyed by Miami.
Yeah.
It's the NFL. These things happen.
And then unfortunately, I had Minnesota odds against Indianapolis, which was my wallet weeper. And then I had Kansas City.
Just don't bet Phillip Rivers
ever.
Yeah.
I won't. Learn my lesson.
Yeah.
And then I had Kansas City covering the spread against Los Angeles, which was a -7.5 spread.
Yeah, unfortunate. You were expecting a Tyrod.
I was expecting a Tyrod, and Herbert said, "Nah, my time." I actually
said Herbert Hour.
Herbert Hour. Trademark to that. That is now mine. Chargers, you want that? Too bad, it's mine. I will take $1 million. I will take more than $1 million. Let's have a bidding war. Going back to my first wallet winners, I actually don't have the notes here, but just know I went 2-3 that week, and then I went 3-2 last week. So we're perfectly at 500. Nice. We'll see how JP's pick does this week. JP has the odds, so if you guys trust that, I have spread for Houston, and JP has odds.
That'll be interesting.
So are you?
That's gonna be a good one.
Are you definitely gonna bet that game?
No.
Sorry, are you gonna nickel that game?
No, probably not. I need to put money back in the bet now, but I might actually.
That is just to let you guys know, this isn't a plug because of course I'm not sponsored, but my betting of choice is Bet Now. We've been using them; they're trustworthy. So if you guys need a good betting source, obviously if you're not old enough, please don't do it. I don't want to get you guys in trouble.
Yeah, I don't have any money in there right now, but yeah, we just. gotta start betting these games again.
Yeah.
Last year was pretty good.
Yeah, me and JP actually did.
Last year, I was like back against the wall. I put all my money on
New
that
England.
Chiefs game when Mahomes got hurt.
Yeah.
And then he won it. And then I started going up again. So
Yeah, JP went from like $1 to like 60 in one game somehow.
Yeah, what is
so
betting?
Anyway, those were our wallet winners for week 3 of the NFL season. JP, thank you for coming on the show, even though I'm on the couch right now. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on my show, man.
Okay, let's chill. I'd love to have you on again. We will be having more guests on soon. Obviously, like I said in the last episode, if you did miss it, we had a guest lined up, but weather caused everything to change. We have also had other guests. If you guys want to check them out, JP's been on a previous episode. We've had Zach on as well. If you want to check out the last week's episode.
When are you going to get 2 mics in here?
I have 2 mics. I just have to get a second mic, and I will get that when I have money and when this podcast is
the guests can fund their own.
Yeah, the guests can bring their own microphone.
Bring in your mic.
But no, I am planning on some
though.
stuff. I would love to have 2 guests on at the same time, so I will be looking at doing something like that in the future, though.
Yeah.
So if you guys have anything you want us to talk about in the future episodes of the podcast, let me know if there's any guests you guys want me to have on, or if you guys want to be on as well. Just let me know, especially if you're in the Salt Lake area. If you're not, you're probably GG boys. Again, thank you.
Fly yourself out.
Yeah, you got to buy your own ticket. We ain't got funding. So thank you all to the new subscribers that have come to the channel. A lot of you are checking out the podcast. Really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.